only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Well, it's great to have you, but I got to say, you're a bit shorter in person. Did you have to climb a step stool to get on this chair?
This is the BBC. In line with the wishes of the British government to see as much carnage as possible because it's really, really funny, places of entertainment will not be closed even though war has just been declared. The Prime Minister will address the nation again at 9:30 tonight. For those interested, he will be wearing a pink dress, a poncho and a wide-brimmed hat with "Beware of the Leopard" printed across the top in large, friendly letters.
It's a lot of work.
Oh, well, work is hard.
You're not really listening to me, are you?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I could say anything right now, like, you're a complete tool.
Mm-hmm.
But you wouldn't hear it, 'cause you're a freak with a microphone.
Uh-huh.
It's not even challenging anymore. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Isn't that true, Sphincter Boy?
Uh-huh. What? Oh! They're getting closer all the time. All right, good information about Wayne Stock. Very exciting. We'll be back with more right after Pig Sports. Right now, it's 16 minutes past the big hour. Is that not right, Mr. Scream?
Well, a naked man is chasing a woman through an alley with a butcher knife and a heart on. I figure he isn't out collecting for the Red Cross. Well, I'm all broken up about that man's run.
Oh, right to the spine.
Is everybody in? Is everybody in? Is everybody in? The ceremony is about to begin.
Lady, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave the store. Lady, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave the store.
I kill demons, not people.
Bullshit!
Unless those people are demons who look like people. And then I kill people.
Don't bullshit me.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit! You said so!
Howdy, howdy. It's another hot, sweaty Monday in Perth. I'm not doing the regular live later, but I'm home early from work. I've got a big package, but not that kind of package. And I'm just kind of excited. I didn't expect it to arrive for a couple of weeks. So I thought, fuck it, I'm going to open it now and come in here. Give me something to do. Got little Bluey here. He's got his glasses on, the heat, of course. And I've filled up my tasty beverage holder. Hang on, it's angled down here. Who likes isometrics? Well, that's a man-sized drink. Look at that. There's my head. There's the size of that cup. Look at that. That's a good size. I've got a couple of ciders in there. what you want to do is mix alcohol and sharp objects and open boxes. That's a good idea. It's a safety tip for kids. Also tipped in some whatever this thing is, passion fruit kombucha drink and apple cider. Waters it down a bit because I tend to gulp it down like a fish. But I've got a big box over here. It's so big it's on the floor. I'm gonna lift it up and it'll probably block out the camera, if not the sun, for a minute. Let's have a look. And you're probably gonna see my boxes here because it's stinking hot. Oh, put up a lift. Oh. It's not super heavy. The male thing said it was 8 kilos, so it'll be several boxes of stuff. Move the microphone for it, smashing. Let's have a look at that bastard. Look at that. It's not Funko shit. So that's the size of it. Drop it on the floor before I give myself a hernia, lifting a lightweight but very wide box. And we're gonna grab a knife, mate. Hang on, fix this up. So fortunately, I can line it up and open it from here. There we go. All right. As I expected, there's multiple smaller boxes inside it, like one of those Russian nesting dolls. If you need some, you don't want some packing material noises. If you enjoy some horrible noises, just there you go. Leaves rustling in the autumn. It's those horrible plastic things. I'll try and reuse that stuff where possible. Let's chuck these on the floor haphazardly because I can see two things that are kind of loose in there because, they're store open box display ones. I'll grab them out and see the first items, but it'll make space to get the other bigger box out of there. So first up we have Giant Leonardo from the Mutant Mayhem line. This guy was on sale for about half price. A few months back I got the Giant Raph, who's been on my desk. And it's been on my desk for at least 2 months, and I just moved him now so I could get that giant size drink on there. So that's the first item. He's pretty cool. The Mikey and Donnie I've seen online, but I've never actually seen them in stores. I don't know if they've been on stores anywhere here because they either got short packed or a staggered release, something like that. Leonardo, he's the leader. Well, he wants to be. He dreams of leading his brothers become an unstoppable crime-fighting team. Put him over here out of the way. Oh, glad to put him on that side because there's another package over there as well. We'll do that one in a minute. And there might not be anybody joining in live for this because it's the middle of the day and I'm home from work. So people in America will be asleep. It'll be about 2 a.m. Whereas it'll be 2 p.m. here. So most people still at work here. So if anyone's catching this on the replay, I appreciate it. Leave a like or a comment if any toys you liked in here. But it was too excited not to just do this now, even if there's no one around to watch it live and to catch it later on. Okay, so the next item is Giant Leonardo. It's deja vu here. So this one is rare issue vintage style Giant Leonardo. Unfortunately, I do have some bad news for you. Any of you Costanza Seinfelds out there, he's been in the pool. He does suffer from shrinkage. He is a centimeter or two shorter than the actual vintage one, which is slightly annoying. I've only got 2 of them. I've got Mikey from when I was a kid of the giant-sized turtle, and I've got Donatello, who has a really badly damaged arm that's like zombie, nearly severed at the wrist. I picked up secondhand a couple years ago. He's not bad overall, but really scratched. Whereas this guy, these are about $60 new in Australia. It's too much, man, too much. So I got some on sale about half price, and I've been waiting all year. So if they do sell prices, the other ones, I'll get them. I've still got my childhood Michelangelo, who looks still in really good shape. So I don't really need to get him. The weapons I noticed for Mikey are different. The real vintage one doesn't have this crappy plastic metal chain, but it has an actual piece of string you can actually swing around. But the quality on these is quite reasonable. So other than they've shrunk a little bit, he's still a giant-sized turtle. And I'm pretty happy to get him. Even if he is like my least favorite turtle, the Cyclops of the team, as it were. Oh, yeah. So before I get to the bigger box over there, I'll get to this little one. Let's open this up in my lap here. Go on the reverse side without the sticker labels. I love punching boxes, man. Used to work in a factory and that, and bloody packing stuff and opening stuff and closing stuff. Half the time I'd do like an axe kick. It's taekwondo. They could do axe kick. I'd go and crush a box. Or sometimes I'd get one. If I'd do like palm heel and I'd go, I'd just like squish it through the box. It's like somebody's ribs in some like 70s kung fu movie. Especially if you're feeling frustrated, there's nothing like getting a box and just like go bam and punch. Because it's got all that padding there. It's not going to hurt yourself. And you go punch the hell out of it. Oh, yeah, let's see what's in here. This one's been sitting up at the local post shop for over a week. Hello to Zazel. But the bozos didn't leave a card. So if I hadn't checked online tracking, it was about to get sent back to the seller. So these are second-hand items. They're bubble wrapped, but mostly loose. We have Rodan, who's the Playmates one from Playmates one of a Bandai sculpt thing from when you know all the legendary modern Godzilla movies that have been. Well, this was in Kmart 2 years ago on the shelf, but you can't get it now. So I got it. Him alone goes for about $50 now. He was 30 at retail, maybe it was 40. I got this dinosaur dude. I've forgotten the name. I usually can think of it, but he's from the Godzilla films, but also he was in another one of the kaiju classic films before he was in the actual Godzilla ones. He like crossed over. So I got them too. We got Jet Jaguar, because this guy had a whole bunch of them for combo ship price, cheaper than buying any of these individually. We've got one more in here. And I forget the name of this guy because there's so many versions, but I think this is one of the versions of Burning Godzilla because he's got all that lavery stuff, red spikes, and it's one of the, I guess it's one of the 70s looking heads. I'm not an expert on all the different heads because you've got very different looks from the classic eras to the modern eras. So I got them four in there. We have all them. Stash them under the desk somewhere. Take a quick pause for refreshment. Say hello to Nate. Yeah, I just messaged you guys. Sorry for bugging you in the middle of the day, so otherwise you won't see it. A quick bit of refreshment. Well, let's crack on and see what's in this box. So now I've got the smaller box inside the big box, but it's still a reasonably large box, if that makes sense. Packing material. Probably shave yourself with that. Now I've got to not hurt myself. Because I lifted it sideways. Okay, we've got this one. Collapse the other box. Oh, God, it's still heavy. Hold it flat. So I can make a base to... There we go. Make a base to actually cut this on. He's watching from the office. What's the collective noun for kaiju? A school, a flock, a gaggle? I don't know. Does it want to be kaiju? I think it was... I don't know. That's a Goji-tron question if there was one. Or Grindhead Jim. I would assume it would still be kaiju, like sheep. Like just, I'm pretty sure it would be the same. Okay. Now there's a few things in here. The irony is all the stuff in the big box, this is from Pop Culture in Geelong, is that I went on there to get one item. One item, which here, it was one of these. One of these Street Sharks. That's the bad dude. I don't know his names or any of the characters, but let's try him out. What does he do? Oh, there you go. He's got the head and the fishy thing. Gimmick. So I went on there to get, these are these Mattel new release Street Sharks. They had them on the Mattel website, but some of them sold out and some I got on the Mattel website. So I've still got two other things like this coming from there. Went on Pop Culture about a week ago, and they have sales all the time. Nothing was advertised. It didn't say % off. I was looking at items I was going to buy anyway, either now or early next year. And some of them are like half price. It didn't even say discount. Just the price was just 50% down. And because I look at it every week, so I knew the prices. And I looked at a whole bunch of different stuff I usually get. And they had like these reissue 2002 Turtles. Which are not in any stores here. I mean, they're in stores and probably in Victoria, but in WA, forget about it. There's nothing there on the shelves. They were 50 online, and there's nothing cheaper than 50 online Australian, whereas the actual retail price is like 25 from Big W. So I got those for $17 each, and I've got all four of them in there. And I only got, for the first time ever, loose ones of these a few months back of the vintage ones, but they're pretty beat up, no weapons. These ones I'm actually going to keep in the package, and I've got a pegboard thing I'm going to put on the wall over there and actually hang them up So I'll put them down carefully so I don't bang up all the cards. Because I'm terrible at getting stuff I want to keep like that and then actually destroying this top part, leaving it sitting around. So that's the other. So I got all 4 of them. This one's a bit bent, but we'll put them under a hardcover book, flatten them out later. It'll be fine. Bloody bargains, mate. I'll tell you what, I'll drink to that. Bloody bargains. How about some isometrics? Oh. That's a full drink, full arm extension. It's actually difficult because it's such a weird, oversized cup. What a score! Yeah, I was thinking about getting them, but I already got the loose ones a few months ago, all scratched up, no accessories for the first time ever. What else have I got in here? Oh yeah, I got this not Jenica, Elopex, who's the white Arctic Fox from the IDW Ninja Turtles. That was like $12, something crazy like that. Yeah, I saw your videos, Nate. You picked up some of the 2002 stuff. Pretty cool. Not as good as OG, but still awesome. Yeah, they're still very limited articulation. They were still. This is before they started having elbow. Well, this has got an elbow cut, but not a swivel or any bicep, nothing like that. They've still basically got Vintage Turtles articulation, but with the more of a comic book looking sculpt. But yeah, so we've got Elopex. Let's see what else is in here. That's Street Sharks, Bad Dude. It's hard to see in the light here. I'm trying to read. Where is his name? Somewhere. Dr. Piranoid. There you go. I don't know the names. I knew Ripster and I think Big Slamoo, who I've now got on a shelf over here behind me somewhere. Who have I got here? This guy's Ripster. So there we go. Here's this guy. I'm not sure if I have 2 of this guy or he's got the same gimmick. No, the other one's this one's blue. The other one's the brown dude who has a bigger head. Never shopped off Pop Culture. It's hesitant during the bad reviews. I've never had a bad experience there because like they're an actual comic shop for over 30 years in Geelong, and my mate Bevan Davey, who runs that Toys R Us page, he's the one that told me about it because he shops there. He's shopped there for a long time, probably 20 years. But online, obviously, is the only way I can get stuff from there. They ship stuff in super thick cardboard, everything like wrapped. There's always an invoice on the top. I find it's like the best shipping of anything I've had from a warehouse in Australia for any collectible shit. And they've got something like 2 of their own warehouses. They've got the most amount of collectible tat of anything in Australia, really, outside of, Kmart, Big W. I mean, for an independent comic shoppy thing. What do we got next? Have a look. So, yeah, I've seen some of those bad online reviews, but I think that's like the 5% who get annoyed. I've never had a bad experience. I will say this is Turtles 2 Shredder, but it's not. I've already got Super Shredder from a couple of years ago. This is mutating. This is just ordinary movie 2 Shredder in purple, which is basically the first movie figure with a different head and helmet and all that. The one thing I don't pre-order anything off of there, not because their service is bad, but because for whatever reason, Australia is literally the last in the world in the supply chain of logistics to get collectible shit from Toy Bro, Hasbro, Toy Biz, whoever, any of the companies, Mattel. They're like the last to ever get them. And like having worked in warehousing and other stuff, I don't know any secrets about toy shit, but I just look at it kind of logically, and I looked at different companies, and I've followed different fan forums around the world online for Transformers, He-Man, other shit, and seen in real time when people have gotten stuff. Australia gets stuff last in the fucking world. For comic shops and import stores, sometimes we get stuff at a reasonable time at like Kmart and Big W because they've got completely different ships and the chain of logistics coming across the old slow boat from China, different boats, bigger boats, whatever. Whereas the import collectible stores, they're getting a smaller thing and often getting it last because the big retailers are prioritized by the big companies, obviously. Anyway, that's my boring mouthful. Bloody bargains, read that. Yeah, read that one. Okay, I'm sold. Johnny says it's good. It's bloody good. If you're ever in Victoria, go in person. Like, I actually want to go there some point. I'm waiting patiently for post this week. Bought a Lightning Collection Dragon's Ore for $60 on sale, down from $2. I saw that on Amazon. And the next day it was back at that price again. So they must have had a small amount to sell for that price because they had that one and they had one of the other ones, another one in the same line. And I was tempted to get it. And I went and looked at the review online. And the first thing in the review was like, oh, this broke immediately out of the package. I went, pass. Hasbro, cheap plastics again. Lameko 1. Don't worry, Johnny, New Zealand gets all this. You don't have to tell me. It's why I grew up in New Zealand, man. Like, there used to be 2 comic shops in old South Island. Like 2. I think there's more than, or possibly less than that. But now I don't know because there's more collectible shit. That's for sure. But yeah, like I remember I went to one in Christchurch, Comics Compulsion, Manchester Street, and I think there used to be one down in Invercargill, maybe. It's not like I go there, but I think that's the one people told me there was one. And then we had a second shop in Christchurch when I was in high school called Mark 1, but it was mostly sports cards, flair cards, CCGs, and a few comics in the background. It wasn't actually a comic shop, and there weren't import figures or Spawn figures on the wall like the actual comic shop. It'll be a stand-in until I track down an original Dragon Zord. There you go. Yeah, those Bandai ones from the 90s, the quality is fantastic. The prices are through the roof. If you bought them 20 years ago secondhand, that's all right, but now the prices have gone crazy. Okay, so that's Shredder from movie 2. That kind of completes my Turtles NECA movie collection because this figure came out a year or 2 ago. And I've already got the stuff from movie 1, stuff from movie 2, Toko Raza. There's some other releases I don't care about, like that goofy scientist. I don't know his name, and I don't give a shit to buy a figure of him. But the stuff I actually want, that's the last figure that completes my Turtles movie stuff. Let's see what else is in here. Because I genuinely don't know. I ordered this a couple of weeks ago. And when I ordered it, there might have been whiskey involved. I was going to buy the stuff anyway, but I was sitting there, I was like, man, that's a bargain. That's a bargain. We've got Last Ronin Raphael. So most of the Last Ronin NECA figures were Michelangelo. Spoiler alert, if anyone's not read it, Last Ronin is Michelangelo after all the other turtles are dead and gone. Then the series became so popular, they've done 2 comic book sequels to it and spin-offs. And they've done a whole figure line now from NECA. And I don't care to get any of them. Nothing wrong with them. I just don't care. They're just turtles that are fairly similar to a lot of the other releases already have. Whereas this one's different enough. I'm only getting this guy because it's Raph, my favorite turtle dude. So he's got the kind of body armor. It's just like kind of going back to the early 80s Turtles Mirage comics and the whole like ninjas thing when it was more serious before it got like more kind of goofy in that. And more, it's edgelord turtles pretty much, which kind of turns me off. But I don't really need to see like mercenary looking turtles and body armor. But it's Raph, and it was half price for like about a week or whatever. Oh yeah. Nate's saying most of my Zords are mine or my friends when we were kids. They're amazing toys. I never got to see them back then. I only saw some years later. And I was kind of looking at them backwards as a Transformers fan, looking at other robots like Brave Yusha, Gundam, Combat LeVee, and then I was like, oh, look, what are all these other things I see on eBay? Mega Zords. And I didn't even know what they were because I wasn't a Power Ranger person, didn't watch it. And then I was learning about Power Rangers. I'm like, oh, they're from that. I love that big Brontosaurus looking thing, the white one. That one's amazing. And the dinosaurs look awesome. And then the fact they combine as well into like multiple different combinations is awesome. Never owned a Power Rangers toys. I never did either. I have a couple of Hasbro Lightning Collection just figures, just of random ones that are on sale, like a pink one, a blue one, a red one. I don't know what shows they're from. They're just like, just to go on my kind of Japanese toy stuff, because I have a few like select few toys that are just like representing Japanese anime things. Things like this. Wow. This there, little model kit Pikachu. Oh yeah, what else we got in there? We're getting through it. Geez, this one's heavy. I don't know if there's die cast in this because it's quite heavy. Anyway, what is it? This is some kind of glows in the dark. Okay, shut up, John. Show the thing. Metalhead with Donatello. This is at BST AXN, otherwise known as Loyal Subjects, who make fairly trash quality stuff. So be warned. One of their more updated releases is at least the 3rd or 4th version of Donatello from the IDW Comics in IDW Comics, which I was rereading this year in hardcover trades, Donatello actually dies and his body or mind or consciousness goes into the Metalhead robot, and Donatello actually becomes Metalhead for a period of several months in the in-canon story, and eventually they grow him some other kind of clone body or some bullshit, and he gets back in there, and they don't really get into it too much, but it's pretty cool. It's a different version of Metalhead. That's why I wanted it. I mean, I don't have this Donatello, so that's all right. These are way overpriced. The retail on this new, bloody sun glare, it's turning around. Retail on this new was $80 Australian, and like these figures aren't worth even 30 each, and they're fairly shit quality. But the Metalhead's quite nice, and I suspect there's some die cuts because this package is really crazily heavy. It's heavier than about like 5 Marvel Legends in your hand for 2 figures. So I'm pretty sure there's die cast in there. Yeah, the nicest thing they've actually done in that same company is the Krang, where's my Krang? Oh, he's over on my main vintage shelf. The BST AXN Krang is a really good figure, but most of the other stuff is fairly shit quality. So getting that for half price, that was down to like $40. I was like, yes, please. Oh yeah, what else have we got in here? Not sure what this one is. Mouses from Super 7. I already have a box of these a few months back, so I don't mind just quickly going make a bit of a mess. Get that off, out of there. Hulk it. Like that. There we go. Let's see them in there. So it's a 5-pack of Mouses, a couple of little pre-mutated turtles, a rat, some pizza, a couple of random size that go into their mouths. I can show you exactly what they do because I have some on the shelf behind me. Let's have a look at what they actually do. Yeah. So I got a pack of them earlier in the year. So those little size, there's little holes and grooves already cut, battle damage into them, and then the extra side can go like straight through them. So it's like mimicking the battles in the comics. So it's quite a cool little gimmick, and they're fairly solid, nice little figures. A lot better than these are Super 7 ones, a lot better than the NECA ones. The NECA ones were fairly shit quality and soft plastic. The little jaw like moves. If you're not careful, your finger might get in there. But look, that's how much tension there is. That's hanging on my finger now. Oh, mate, get out of it. What's going on over here? So hello, back and forth. Lameko, Retro Zazel. Retro Zazel, now in stores. If you think these are overpriced, look up Sunny Angels. Woman paying 20 a piece for little blind toys, a bunch of tiny babies in hats for their wear. I've not seen those. It's crazy how many minifigures are in stores now. Like it's a very Japanese thing, like minifigures and tiny chibi stuff. For a long time in Japan. So it's funny seeing in the West all these like crazy minifigures. I mean, I've got minifigures, but I've got good ones. Like, look, I've got a banana with sunglasses on it, and then look, he's hanging out. I've got a bluey with sunglasses. Those are good minifigures. They're not shit ones. Here's a good minifigure, bootleg Lego Godzilla, and a little kookaburra. So that came from AliExpress a few years ago, and that kookaburra went from Coles, I think. They had some kind of Coles Lego nonsense. It's the only thing I kept from it when we gave the rest to our nieces. Yeah, I got minifigures everywhere, really. Like there's an Azrael from Smurfs. Okay, got something else in this box here. Yeah, I've definitely never heard of those ones. Yeah, well, the way I have them on thing in front of me here is I actually have them facing off. And get him out of there. With this guy, who's another little bootleg. When I say bootleg, some unofficial third party made these cool minifigures. If you look up, I don't collect Lego, but I've bought random minifigures. People make original Lego style minifigures that are kind of small run fan made stuff. And then, of course, they get bootlegged in China, and you can buy them for $1. So I have a Jason from Friday the 13th, a Godzilla, and a Voltron that I bought for $1 each. And the postage was nothing. I have this one's kind of crap, but I got this for free from the op shop just because it glows. It's some kind of Disney Ushi or whatever the hell it is. but it glows really nice. That's the only reason I have it in here. Okay, there's a couple more things in this box, and then we'll kind of wind up. First, we get this stuff out of the way. I'm blocking my fan now. That's very helpful with this box. It's stopping my fan from actually cooling me down. Okay. Glow in the dark is cool no matter what. You don't have to tell me. I've got my scare glow over there and some of those skeleton bone warrior dudes from the Origins that glow in here every night. These guys, more turtles. Those are the vintage style ones where they pretty much did the Origins things where they added the elbows and whatnot. Came out about, I want to say about 6 months ago. And I thought they were okay, not great. They're just average. They have the weird scaly texture on them, which I don't really care for. And the price of these, again, was 50 fucking Australian dollars, but then they're on sale for half price, and that's reasonable. What do you do when you want turtle stuff? You buy all four, of course. And I do like the bases are quite nice. All the bases joined together, all these little building diorama things. One thing they really cheaped out on, see the swords with Leonardo, and actually all the weapons, the nunchucks of Michelangelo, those weapons are from the 7-inch scale classics Turtles figures they put out at like Toys R Us, like 12, 13 years ago. And they just repurposed them and changed the size a little bit. So I thought that was a bit shitty. I'm hoping, but I'm not expecting much. On the classics versions, like the Leonardo swords, that blue stuff on the bottom that would be like a wrap or tape, when you put it in the figure's hand, it just rubs right off. So when I saw they were doing those ones again, I thought, great, is all that blue just going to flake off the moment you use it? So I hope they've improved that. But look at, grab the other two out. There's Mikey. What the hell that thing is? Oh, it's part of the roof diorama thing. But yeah, I got very lucky to get the full set of them and the full set of these guys reissues, both on sale for half price. So these ones I'm going to put on the wall. These ones I will be opening up probably next week or so, because I want to have them. I'll probably open one tonight, just have a look at it and muck around, and then I'll decide if I'm going to leave them in the boxes now or what. But that was pretty much for the haul. Do a quick recap of what's there. So we had the Ronin Raph, had the Turtles 2 movie Shredder when he's just regular before he mutates into Super Shredder, or mutates into Wolfpack Kevin Nash. They already have that figure from a couple of years ago. Alopex. We had Giant Leonardo from Mutant Mayhem, along with his partner in crime, Giant Leonardo reissue, suffering from shrinkage because he's been in the pool and he's shorter than the actual vintage one. And then we had a couple of Two Crew dudes, a couple of Street Sharks, new Mattel toys that have the cool articulate. They've added like arms and stuff in there. They've still got gimmicks, which is fun. Leave a comment and a like, or I'll take a bite out of crime. That's the beginning of the Street Sharks talk like that, and if they did, nobody would watch it. So we had them. We had the BSTXN, worst company bullshit sub name line ever. IDW Turtles, Donnie and Metalhead. And that was pretty much it. Yeah, we had the Rodan and the other little, I guess you call them. Technically, these are mini figures. I mean, they're 6-7 inch, but these are technically vinyl Godzilla Rodan minifigure stuff. Secondhand off eBay. Can't buy just one turtle, or a turt, or a girt, or a skirt. Got to buy them all. Nice pickups. Yeah, so go finish up in a minute. I'm going to go relax and finish work now. So just had this big box of crap, but only arrived. Well, technically, they tried to deliver it about an hour ago. I wasn't home, so I went up to the post office and grabbed it while I was getting some shopping stuff. I thought might as well come home and open it up. Now I've got a lovely mess to clean up. So I'm probably just going to pack everything back into this big box for now, because I can't be bothered trying to Otherwise, I've just finished tidying up Christmas stuff in the last 2 days all around the place, and I've still got a mess in the lounge to finish cleaning up. Every time I clean up and organize boxes and I can see the floor again, more stuff turns up. But who's to blame? Who's to blame for that? It's me. But yeah, thanks for checking out this quick live haul. If anyone's catching it on the replay, if you can leave a like or a comment, any particular toy you liked, hated, loathed, or thought was delicious, which one would you cut up and go, I might eat a bit of this toy for dinner? And we'll like the style. The value will go down, so be warned. Okay. We're going to finish up there. Thanks, guys, for hanging out for a little bit. And I appreciate you checking it out. I was just too enthused not to open this box as soon as I got home, even though I know this, it's kind of a busy time of day. People start working out. I don't expect many people to be around, so I appreciate you hanging out for a moment. And I'll catch you guys next time.